Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment you made?
I got from bars to these.
Run right.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas are taking more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
What is going on here? Anyway, tonight, it's all about I told you so. It's all about I told you so. And for anybody who's tuning in tonight who does not know what I'm talking about, last week, Athletic Bilbao 0, Manchester United 3. This was last week. And I was the only guy on the panel that said, we are in the finals. And everybody said, oh, we still have a second leg to play. You don't know this Manchester United team. Lo and behold, final score, Athletic Bilbao 1, Manchester United 7 on aggregate. Okay? But as always, tonight, we are going to talk about one game and one game only. So let me find that game that we're going to talk about quickly. Sorry, technical difficulties, my bad. Technical difficulties. Still trying to find the right game that we're talking about. Oh boy, shit. I don't know why Nico and Ray set me up for this. Or technical difficulties again, people. This is what I am talking about. Apologies, guys. Apologies. Manchester United are in the final. Europa League final. And since I'm the host tonight, I gotta find a hat to wear. So I'm gonna wear this hat tonight. Okay. So yeah. Actually, I go wear it backwards for tonight. So yeah. Welcome to All In, All United on this lovely Thursday night. This week was sensational. Tuesday night was sensational. Wednesday night, yesterday was even more sensational. And tonight, we went a goal down. But lo and behold, M and M. And I'm not talking about Marshall Mathers. I'm not talking about Magic Mike. I'm talking about Mason Mount.
I thought it was Marshall Montano. M&M. All right.
Marshall Montano either. I'm talking about
Marshall double M boy, not M&M.
Double M. But yeah, another final we've made, another chance to win a trophy, guys, in the worst season of Manchester United's history, in my opinion. Right? Yeah. But let's go through today's game. Apparently, you guys watched it. I was busy watching the Spurs and Bodo Glimt, because I already told you guys last week we're in the final, but I decided to take some highlights only because of tonight's podcast. Okay, so welcome Reem, welcome Nico, welcome Simeon, and welcome JP. How are you guys feeling tonight?
Normal, I just don't understand why you're taking, privileges and changing my name now, boy, Phil was right. For the record, I didn't put that in. I did not put that in.
I have no idea what this guy is talking
about. I did not put that there, right?
Okay.
But anyway, you were right. You were right. We're feeling good. All are we feeling good? It's a plenty to talk about if we want to really cover the game. I mean, we could be shameless with chess because before kickoff I was holding it still now, but because I mean you don't know what could happen with Man United, and watching the game for 60-70 minutes prove that you can't take nothing for granted with this Man United team. But at the end of the day, we here and we going to Bilbao on May 21st.
What are you saying, Nico? How are you feeling?
Yeah. Another final. Third final in 3 years.
Yeah.
Don't ask him how he feeling. Ask him how Mount feeling. Put some respect on that. That way I'd ask him.
Hey,
Ask him that.
Hey,
Let me hear. Yeah. Hey, what?
right?
Hey, what?
We got a certain youngster to talk about tonight that fluffed some chances today, but we get to that later on.
No. So there's like all that we talking about for respect on Mason Mount name. I hope all is watching Maguire and whoever else that all is saying all they want to give extra contract to. Right? Well, anyway. Right. Yes, good to be back in our final. It's not virgin territory for United fans. You know, we are accustomed to this. And we going back there again for the third year. We could make it our occasion as a United fan. You know, and go out and support our teams proudly. Right. But today's victory and the overall victory, as much as emphatic as it is on paper, I don't think, you know, the first 60 minutes, you know, gave us any comfort. And then I guess the missing of the players as well, I guess, helped us in some way. The Williams brothers, I think, and their top striker.
Did not make no difference.
I don't know about that, because how I see Maguire and the love playing, I'm not saying that.
We could get into that.
Anyway, we'll get into that.
We doing the intros first, and then we get.
All right. But back into our final, it was not easy road, but at the end of the day, we're looking good.
JP, how you feeling?
I good. The only unbeaten team in Europe, sir, now there. And
yeah,
right?
The big thing.
Here it is. Manchester United, worst team in history. And we still in our European final. Arsenal finished third, second, 3 seasons straight without a trophy.
Sorry about that.
This could be our third trophy in 3 years and our worst period in history in it. Oh, you see why clubs hate us, right? This is why clubs hate us. Because in our worst period in history, clubs like Newcastle, clubs like Nottingham, clubs like Everton, they will kill for this kind of success that we have in our worst period in history. That's why they hate us so. But,
you hear what Wenger talking about?
but we should just qualify back to being Europe.
I haven't prepared any quotes to put onto the screen, right? But there's so many quotes that went down from certain managers talking about they're the best team in certain competitions and the winner of this competition should stay in that competition. Oh boy, we'll discuss that later on tonight. But JP, you're feeling good from what I hear, it was a sensational week for all of us. Simeon, talk to me.
No, I just think we blessed. I mean, I don't think no team could play that kind of shit football and get this far in competition. I think we blessed. I think them twins up there, them all old timers up there doing some work up there, because ain't no way. I have work watching the game. I had to turn it off for like 20 minutes, but that was giving me a headache. But I put it back on just in time to see Ahmad and Mountain come on. But I think we really we really get away with shit this season, and I hope we could take that same shit and win a trophy. I mean, at this point, let's go ahead and win the whole thing. I mean, it makes no sense. We real wicked to get all this way, not do anything. So I carry vex. I carry vex because we gonna be shit. Anything gonna be shit like win a trophy and be shit. So that's my feeling.
Chef, you came in last. How you doing?
I cool, man. I cool. Taking the team. You know me. I best you call me Killjoy, because this Manchester United team, I don't get carried away at all. So, but it was a good win. I was pleased with the win. So quietly taking in everything.
Perfect. No, I can show another picture, and this kind of describes how I was feeling this week when I was watching football on Tuesday, Wednesday, and tonight even. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, I can explain to you. Okay, so this is the picture here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. We are moving on to the final, but it's funny. A lot of people had us written off about a good month ago, and even before that, I got to give a special shout out to Jamie Carragher, whose quotes were about a certain player by the name of Casemiro, where you have to go to MLS and you have to leave the football before the football leaves you. And lo and behold, turned up versus Sociedad, turned up versus Lyon, and turned up versus Bilbao. Top performances from Casemiro in the last couple of matches in the Europa League. But before we get there, let me go through some comments tonight, right? Let me start from the top. Kristen Ramkisoon, good night to you, my buddy. He's saying, best defense in La Liga, and we put 7 on them. No wonder Anthony's star in there. We account for 35% of the goals and concede. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong. Blessed good night to Jody saying, oh fellas, blessed good night everyone. If United win the finals, it's free. How is it pronounced that? Polari?
Polari.
Right, it's free Polari on that day. Stipulation: you must have on your Manchester United jersey. Fair enough. I can work with that. I might go catch a flight, but I could work with that, Jody. I could work with that for sure.
So we holding Jody. We holding it to that 10, right? We holding it to that LA for level of Man United jersey, and Man United win the Europa League. It's free Polari, right?
Yeah. And this being recorded as well too, so you can't get away. And he's giving us his
location. Okay, right. Opposite
KFC and Marabella. Like nice. I know where that is, but I give you the benefit of the doubt.
Just reach Piaco International now. We go carry it, don't worry.
I love that. I love that. Peter Belcran on the inside he's saying, good night, fellas. It is an excellent night. Peter, it is not an excellent night, it's an excellent week. Okay? It's an excellent week from Tuesday, Wednesday, and tonight. Excellent week. Okay? But yeah, tonight is definitely an excellent night for sure. Mickey Rampasai on the inside. Fellas, blessed night. I have a question. What kind of beer does taste better than winning semifinals? A beer in a winning finals?
All right.
Lord Father, you see why anyhow, let me go.
And I agree with you, Mickey. Yeah.
Oh my God. We get 3 more comments, then we're going back to the panel. Zebulon DL. Good night to you as well, buddy.
Yeah, man. Good night.
Yeah, man.
Zebulon is also saying absolutely how that is so Man United. And actually, let me get 2 more comments. Surin Chaitu, good night to you. Jody, I have mine on right now. Perfect. But when the finals come,
21st. It's going to be 21st on me.
And that's on a Wednesday too, you know. That means it's gonna take half day from work, boy. Jesus, boy. I gotta take half day from work that day though. So I got some days left over from last year. Anyway, and we'll get this last comment from Peter, and then we can go back to the panel. Somehow European competitions bring out both desire and, as Sim said, blessing or luck to the Red Devils. People can say we playing but it doesn't matter. If you win by an inch or a mile, a win is a win. Special. Those words were from who? Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious. Yep. I welcome that. Perfect. Guys, I have no agenda tonight. Tonight is about vibes. I literally have no agenda. I literally have a microphone in front of me and I have some matcha tea in front of me. I have no agenda, bruv. So I am just going to wing it tonight with you guys, and you guys can answer whatever you feel like answering. Tonight, we went into the second leg, 3-0 up to Bilbao. I thought we were in the finals, but you guys thought not, right? What you guys thought of the starting lineup? And take me through what were your thoughts on the first half, whether it's on the team or certain individuals that got sent through and missed the whole goal. Totally up to you. My mic on mute now, so good.
Going first.
Man United, I realize, do not know how to. I don't know if they don't know or they just prefer to just put their fans through, these kind of situations and feelings and roller coaster.
Yep.
You understand? Man United cannot do things simple and easy. I could never for the life of me understand how you could take a 3-0 lead where you have fans like Phil thinking we're already in the final and make it and give Bilbao hope. Right? For 60 minutes, we sit on here and wondering if this is going to be one of them nights where we're going to bottle it. Right? Thankfully, it worked out in our favor, but I do appreciate what Man United like to be putting their fans through earlier. Right? Them making me hate them to like them in 90 minutes. How I could go from hating a boy to liking a boy in 90 minutes, Dread?
Pause.
Yeah, pause, right? But you understand the point, and for the life of me, I don't understand why this team like to do that. But in terms of the starting lineup, right? It was expected, right? We based on players available and players who would have gotten us here. I didn't see any different. I mean, I would have been surprised if Ahmad did start. Right, and then when you look at how the team the team that he sent out against Bournemouth in the Premier League, you kind of knew who was going to start. So I'm not surprised. I mean, I would have preferred to see Lindelof not start and Mazraoui start in the back three. But it is what it is. Let's just hope that Ahmad is trusted for the final so that Mazraoui could go back in our back three and we don't have to see Lindelof in our final.
I got three players to call out that were shit, and then I got 3 players to call out that were outstanding. But I go wait till you guys go first, man. Talk to me, Nico. Talk to me about you know who.
Who? Tell me.
You tell me, Nico.
Oh, okay.
You speak on the podcast about a certain person who got a lot of potential, and if I done talk, my mic on mute. The floor is yours.
No, if it's Garnacho talking about, I still think he has a lot of potential. For some, I have hope for the boy. I still have hope for the boy. He got some excellent chances today. He threw them away. But
already South fellas back, brothers.
No, it's true. Yeah, we back, bro.
Yeah. I can take on not me.
No, you're good. I part of life.
Yeah.
So he had a tough first half, but I don't know. Is there a love-hate kind of relationship with Garnacho? But I really have confidence that he will come good at some point. I think selling him definitely next season is a mistake. Again, we talk about if we get a good price for him for PSR and all that, it will look good for us. All right, and I agree with that. But if we just selling him because we think he won't come good for United, I think that is a mistake. But again, that is my view of the world, right? Nobody else needs to agree with that. But that's how I see it. In terms of the lineup, again, I don't think anybody could really be upset with the lineup today. I think most of us knew that is what he was going with. But as I told Reem, I think in training, the intensity in training is not as how it should be. Because you cannot tell me Amarin seeing this team under pressure in training and not knowing what we're going to get. Because the intensity in training has to be very low in comparison to games. Because every game that you go into with intensity is very high, this team cannot function, which is telling me they are not accustomed being under that intense type of pressure. And when you talk to when you listen to other teams like the Man City and Liverpool, when you hear them talk about their training sessions, they say their training sessions will be harder than the games. And I don't think that's up at United, and I think that is something that has to change. I think the intensity in the training has to change, and that is where the players will be sharper in the game, because that
Nico,
was terrible.
But Nico, you think that intensity thing have anything to do with the fact that he's trying to manage load? Because plenty of them fellas on the brink, you know. He talk about Mazwari, you know, he had to save them players on them, and I mean, I don't know if this might be relevant, but right before the international break or right after the international break, he had all the players, and it was working, and he lost Amar, he lost Meno, he lost this one, he lost that one. So I don't know if he managing the load as opposed to, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible, and it's possible, but I think that could also work against you when you meet teams, you know, whose intensity is 2 and 3 times higher than your team. Because if this Bilbao team had real quality players, because really actually Bilbao was just energy, you know, they didn't play nothing, you know. All they were doing is they were pressing us high, and we was giving them the advantage to press us high. Right? I saw Maguire getting the ball halfway, or could get the ball almost on the half, and he turning back. He turning back and going running back to Onana with the ball. All that doing is inviting pressure, and then that's all Bilbao was doing. Again, I think that's something we have to work on. I guess next season, I think even for the final, we have to. I know it's Spurs, and we're more accustomed with the Premier League type of intensity. But we had to improve that next season, because if we go into Europe next season and we cannot play with that high intensity, you know, every game in Europe, we're going to suffer. You know, so that is some of my thoughts on the first half. I think in terms of managing the intensity of the game and being able to play under pressure, we cannot do that. And to me, it's not that the players can't do it. I think they're just not accustomed in the environment where the intensity is high for them to function in a game normally. Because if we see a Liverpool or I mean any other top team, even a Bournemouth or Brentford, I just say in this game they would have been more composed in the middle of the pitch. So I didn't see composure at all in the first 60 minutes because of the intensity of the game. Yeah.
JP. We got Bilbao coming into this game 3-0 down. They have nothing to lose. Talk to me.
Yeah, I actually surprised that they didn't come a little harder at us there, because they really had to be the ones to get that early goal to set the tone for the game. And the goal really came from a mistake. It was a mistake by Maguire in the back when he gave it away and bring that pressure on us. So I really don't think Bilbao came with any quality, as Nico said there. They didn't have any quality in their play to really threaten us. And even with all the crap that we were playing up to the 60th, 70th minute, I still didn't feel like if Bilbao was going to score enough. I just felt like it would be a terrible 1-0 defeat. That's how it was looking up to that point. I didn't see Bilbao scoring 2 or 3 more goals in the game. It was a poor quality game up to that point. So,
sorry, JP, but we didn't see that first goal coming either, and it happened. So sometimes it don't have to be that they were, you know, hitting the post. It's just the fact that we were so poor in bringing the ball out of the box, out of the back. We were giving them the ball, we were turning over, we were making silly mistakes in the back, and they got something out of nothing, and they could get 2 out of nothing. So the fact that they were not looking as though they were. You're really going to, that don't mean that we cannot get licks, you know? When I say.
I agree. Yeah. I agree 100% on that. But I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling like it going up because it's like it had to be a mistake again. 2-3 more mistakes again. We had to make for that to happen because outside of the mistakes, they weren't looking like if they had it in them to do something special. And even with the goal, our goalkeeper is a T-Rex, right? We need a goalkeeper because Jan Sommer was saving that. Thibaut Courtois was saving that. Alisson was saving that.
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma.
I don't know about that De Gea. I don't know about that De Gea talk, eh?
De Gea was saving that in
Chef,
De Gea time.
Chef,
Why didn't-
save plenty of them things. They have saved.
Why didn't save Anthony on today?
Now you can say that. The free kick.
I finally get quiet. Why didn't save Anthony on today? Yes. The free kick where he nearly put the whole post trying to with his short hand. Why he didn't save that? So he's not with that here talk.
I see enough
He's
from the
not
here.
up with that here talk.
I see enough from the here.
And I see enough of the here getting beat on first post to say that. He is Mr. Get string up on first
Nah,
post.
Chef. Nah, not that kind of
What?
I'm not conceited.
What?
Not that one. You know what time I see the hair pull off some massive saves with that kind of thing with one.
Me, I am defending Onana. No, Onana is shit. And you talk. He should have done better. I just know about the hair. Donnarumma and them, yeah.
No, but,
Oh, you
but
see
if
it?
he wanted one hand, he might have get.
Well, they said
Yeah, but that's
He
why
got two hands trying to get.
Henry was talking about this during the game that he went with one. Why are you trying to go with two hands? Goalkeeping 101 is dog. You can't stretch two hands.
Yeah.
So I
So
got
it wasn't a good shot. It was terrible for him.
I got to say this. One of our players has the chance to win 2 European trophies this season. That's Anthony.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Great free kick from Anthony, but that is Conference League. We're not at that level yet. Or we're not below at that level. Simeon. 3-0 down Athletic Bilbao. And you weren't confident. Floor is yours.
I mean, the recipe to lose was there. I mean, then for us come out playing, I felt like when we did get, advanced, the first 5 minutes, we got in advanced positions, we went backwards. We were very kind of, tame. We played very tame, and we as we said, like we would get forward, then we would go back and go back and go back and fight that pressure. And like I was telling Kareem during the game, I'm like, some teams they invite pressure, they invite it, and they counterattack. But we invite pressure and we fall apart. I don't know what they do in training. I mean, I see some things where they're trying to make it better, but still, we ain't that level yet. So it's kind of worrying watching this game. That first goal score, and I was watching it on my phone, my app. So I trying to see where Onana was when that goal score. I trying to see how I see distance. I'm like, well, where? And then I realized it's Onana. So I say, you know what? I don't know why I waste my time trying to see where Onana was. But yeah, I mean, I was worried. I had a right to be worried the way they was playing in those first few minutes. I knew we would get chances. I knew it would be Garnacho. I said last show. And, I didn't know if he was going to finish it. And as we saw, Iman had, at least one golden chance. He had another chance. And then, like, one thing about our team, especially the first half, we talk about, further talk about watching the other games, Barcelona, Milan, Arsenal, not really Arsenal, but like, especially Barcelona. You watch some games, and then ball. When a man passes the ball is sticking. The ball is stick. I don't care how hard the ball is stick. And like you look at when we play, like it's always a bad touch here, a bad touch there. You look at the first half, our front three, Rasmus and Garnacho. And it's like they were getting some good spots, and just because they can't, the control or the maturity isn't there, they will make a big mess of things, and just that over and over again. You're like, and you realize, and the whole crowd realize, if we don't score the next goal, we're in trouble. That's why when Mount score a goal, everybody know, okay, well, that's game there, because nobody else would look like they're gonna score. So this game, I mean, we see what we could be willing for a start. Stop the stupidness. You see Mount score brace today, Casemiro's class, but
we can get to that. We can get to that soon.
Yeah.
We can get to that soon. Chef, two things. I got a different topic for you, but before I get to that, before I get to you giving your opinion on this topic, I could go through the comments. But I can tell you the topic, and then I go back to the comments. The topic is there are about 3 players that I was cursing bad today, Chef. Okay, Garnacho, Hoyland, and Dorgu. So think about that. I don't know if you was cursing them as well, but think about that. Let me get
with cheer them alone.
Let me see 3.
Watching the game, you see. I went here and went at Lindelof.
No, I was watching it. I was watching the 2 games side by side, but I was more looking at the Bordeaux game, right? But my left eye was
to be first.
My left eye was twitching to the Man United game every now and then, right? So anyway, Mickey is saying, yes, I remember for the Casemiro comment. Yeah, I remember Jamie for saying that.
You stick on hit, Jamie. Gosh, that sounds so
Carragher, yeah. Jamie Carragher, boy. I swear.
Let's stop this thing that way.
No, but he does get on like a Jamie shooter, so that fits it.
Jody is saying, Reem, I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, so when you say again, free Polori, it's free Polori earlier. Yeah.
Good. King Unruly Pre, good night to you. Your comment was brought up earlier, and I'm bringing it back up again. Onana is a real mess, boy. I don't think.
Saudi, come please. Don't let take him, please. Nah, boy.
Mylon is on the inside. He's saying good night to everyone. Suran Chaitu is saying. What are you saying?
Just on the comment with Onana, right? Imagine we buy that man for kicking, and that man kicking crap too,
Yeah.
He is shot blocking, and he kicking crap too. So then where's the use? Anyway, go ahead.
Absolutely nothing.
Boy, Onana is the biggest fraud. Onana is the biggest fraud, and after he is Di Maria, but that's a different conversation for a different time, man. Suran is saying good night, guys. I'm so happy we made it to the final, but we have to make sure and get this win. All in, all united. Love it.
Yeah, man.
Let me get 2 more comments, and then we could talk to Chef about Dorgu, Garnacho, and Hoyland. And I know they got more men to curse, and Chef can include that into his statement as well. But 2 more comments. Mickey is saying, how come when it's have to win situation, these fellas play like a unit, where everyone clicking, and then some games the clueless. Boy, I've been asking that for the last
Mickey, you started watching the game after 60 minutes.
Yes.
It couldn't be before that.
Yeah.
All right, and then let me get this final comment here from Zebulon saying 8 games, 5 wins, 3 draws in Europe, while having the worst season in the history of the club. We get to the comments, but let me get back to the panel. Oh Lord! Before I get to Chef, we gotta get this comment in here. You're welcome, Jada. You're welcome, Jada Sancho. Then
60 million, 60 how much? 70 million?
Yeah,
Yeah, he still have plenty more to come.
Listen, Mount only knows how to pay he transfer fees. So it's not your
Exactly.
Facts. Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Anyway, Chef, talk to me about.
Now we don't entertain people who play in Conference League tonight now, please.
True.
Thanks.
True.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not even know that competition was going on until I see Anthony score a free kick, honestly. So
I wish the Galaxy in the final.
Are you back in Betis? For Watchmen.
And our Anthony self-busting it.
Watchmen, the better Anthony do is more money in we close it. Right?
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chef, talk to me about the 3 players I mentioned and any other player you thought was shit tonight.
Dan, we had some. Before I deal with them 3, let me start with Maguire. I was really disappointed in Maguire tonight because I really thought Maguire was around, he's starting to really get better, starting to, be the player that we really have been seeing. But he just reverts to the normal shit, the carelessness. Then Maguire, the one what he gave for the goal, that was just one, Maguire cost we quite a few tonight, So I was real disappointed in Maguire. So let me put he to the side. Lindelof is just shit. I will never be impressed with Lindelof. Dan, Lindelof not good one bit. I don't care what nobody. I don't know how long he by week?
Too long.
God, but that man ain't good at all. And the worst part about him not being good is he does look like a baby too. So if he face alone does irritate me. Serious though. I really can't stand Lindelof. I've never been impressed with him. Maybe in the initial stages when I kind of wanted to see how he would look in midfield. But as a defender, Lindelof is real shit. He's too soft. He doesn't concentrate long enough for a senior player. By the time for he thank God he gone. Dogu, then no, I understand. Dogu came to us in January and has been playing a lot of football. Probably the most football he ever played in his career. And the intensity of the Premier League, blah, 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 because I'm really not trying to make no excuses for millionaires. So, but I just find he's so up and down. And having a next problem with Dogu is I know he have real attacking instinct, but he needs to pull that in a little bit and realize and do his defending instinct a little better because, bro, you ain't Trent Arnold. Ease me up a little bit. So I really got to talk about Garnacho. So that youth is real effing shit. I don't care what nobody say. I do not care for Garnacho at all, not even one little bit. I am not saying Garnacho wouldn't make it good somewhere, as Amarin says all the time. Garnacho's, with the exception of Ahmad, Garnacho is one of the few players could carry the ball, but I can't say just Ahmad because Euro doing it too now. But then, what good is it? What good is it when you're able to carry the ball with no end product? Not even you don't even try the keeper horse. You get the ball. And you know how we just say in sweating, the ball does follow him. The ball does follow Garnacho. It does follow him. It does follow him. All we asking for is some end product consistently, and I find it's about time now. Man United just cash in and let he go and play in Saudi Arabia. Let him go back Argentina. I don't care where. Once there's nowhere in the Old Trafford hemisphere. Sick of that boy. Sick. He does have me cussing whole game though. I don't like nothing about this game. I ain't lying to tell all. I reach a stage now where I just can't stand it. And I will tell you this something that a lot of people I personally find do mention. He have a certain amount of arrogance. I just watch him. There's no player. You just never see when he get pulled off how he does be. So in his mind, he's a big player. No, you are not. No, you are not. So I watch how every player when Amarin sub does thing. Nobody likes to get pull off. But dog, you gotta be honest with yourself too. You're playing shit, dog, and you're playing shit on a consistently shitty level. So gone. Who else?
Hoyland.
Dog, Bruno wasn't good today either.
No, he wasn't.
Bruno did not have a good game either. But considering he just thought he back so broad. But I will just say, because I don't know what people think we biased on the show, but Bruno did not have a good game today. Hoyland, then why we even still talking about Hoyland? That Hoyland is shit. Or it is watch when we get and it happened a few times today. We will get a breakaway, maybe 3-on-3, 3-on-2. Hoyland will watch the man carrying that ball, bringing that ball forward, and instead of the jackass move wider or even make a proper run, you know what he does do? Come and crowd the center of the play and narrow your options. Dog, you so daft, boy. You so daft, boy. He could go your way too. I don't care about potential. To ask for that, go your way. That is it.
Ugarte wasn't good tonight either.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think if we have another differentiation, I think because Chef make a point that Bruno didn't have a good game, right? And I agree, but I don't think he's shit. And the other player that Chef was talking about was shit. So I think it's a different category when you talk about.
Fair enough. I just wanted us to be fair, because people could like to come in the comments and talk about bias and we might not call it for what it is. But I agree with you. It's a level state.
Yeah, I think
you know what? We could say Bruno had an off night.
Yeah,
compared to them rest of them, who's just shit.
Yeah. Bruno was off today, but I can't in the same sentence when I talk about Lindelof and
Nah. Fair enough. You got us up and down. He had some moments. Casemiro, I find, had disappeared for a good chunk of the game at times too. He did come back into the game, but he kind of disappeared, and that's why our center turned into the train line. Man was just running straight down the center of the field. So yeah, in terms of men who look good.
Wait. Let me get some.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We get some comments first, and then we go into the positivity section. Tonight's supposed to be a positive night, but they got some players that like to boil with blood, right? So,
but let me just say one thing now.
Yep, go for it.
If it's one thing I realize, and I mean, if Spurs do the homework on they could cause problems because our players are not press resistant. You understand? And it's unfortunate that the players that we have available are the ones that are not press resistant. Because it's so easy, like, to see our team string 2-3 proper passes was hard today. It was real hard, and it's a concern for me and everybody else. All the other teams I just watch playing football, just moving the ball so neatly,
effortless.
So comfortably. And
we just look uncomfortable, boy.
And that is what is doing, and that is a real. We cannot be playing that kind of nonsense next season. I don't care.
No. I agree with you 1,000%. Though.
And I've been honest with you. I am an anxious person. While we had a nice little 30 minutes at the end of the game, you see that 60 minutes? That's was more consistent this season than the 30 that we saw that where we scored all them goals.
Yeah.
Right? And that for me is a massive problem with the way we play football. We cannot play football. Although we cannot play football. This team cannot play football. When you, and Simeon make the point, when you watch Barcelona versus Inter, when you watch PSG versus Arsenal, right? And you see that quality of football, and then you come to watch primary school football, United playing the athletic club. It's primary school level football and fellas playing by.
Yeah. And just to add to that, what Reem saying there, and you know what does boil us even more? That Dan, if them want to, the could, you know, because dog, you see some kind of players United started. I see men start to back heel, men start to do all kind of things. I had to ask myself, this is the same friggin' team? When this was all the time.
We teams are real confident team by two.
It is a confidence. That is it though. That is it though. Our team lacking in that confidence, arrogance on the field. Bad. In the past we've said coaches don't like to let men express themselves and thing. But then I am convinced something off with we players, boys. Something. It's easy to just say. It's easy to
Part of it is the low IQ. We are low IQ players.
Yeah, but
and Garnacho is king at that low IQ because give him a best Garnacho program, cut in shoot, and he will score one in a million in that. Cut in shoot and he will score. But if he had a think like today, when he had to think about what to do when he get a ball, what should he do? He's a low IQ footballer. And Nico, I hear what you said in terms of potential and things like that, but the IQ, if at his age, I know Yamal is an alien, and Yamal probably from Pakistan or something because he's different from 17 years old, right? And it unfair to compare Yamal to Garnacho. But when you look at the two players, Yamal decision making, Yamal shooting, Yamal everything that youth man doing is of top tier quality. Garnacho playing longer than Yamal, and his decision making is still dog shit. And that is why I believe it's better to take money and send him wherever you go. You do like
but that showed our entire team. They showed our entire team. What Anthony was we could have studied the same with Anthony when he was here.
We could table the Garnacho discussion at a different time because we are in the final from since last week, and I want to get in some comments and we can talk about some more positivity tonight. Right?
Yeah, man.
Arthur is saying, glory, Manchester United. Zebulon is saying, we can't afford to take Tottenham for granted. We really have to be clinical in that final third on that final day. Yeah, we have not beaten Spurs since 2022 in all.
That's why now when I say we have to be mad to take Spurs beating me all the time.
Yeah. Yep. Onana, yes, laugh out loud. Laughing. Somebody said the hair. What's the record for the most saves in a game? Was it De Gea versus Arsenal? Anyway, we off the De Gea talk. Kerry, welcome, boy. Congrats on your. I don't know what competition you in, big man, but I'm sure they got some Chelsea channel there that talking about that right now. So, whoa, Onana is Jesus Lord. Okay, Jason.
Oh, Clifford.
Good night to you as well, my Lord. Okay. I mean, I know it's after 9. I know it's after 9 o'clock, but we had to get that sensitive. Anyway, Jody is saying it was good to see Nani in the pre-game show. Zebulon is saying
I missed that.
Nani was there.
I missed that.
Yeah. Zebulon is saying you're absolutely correct, my brother. Well said. Okay. Alwyn Lewis, good night to you. For almost 70 minutes, these fellas have me checking my blood pressure due to their stagnation.
Yep.
Carrie, you're back again. Keep the comments coming, Carrie. Keep them coming, man. Bottom half.
Make sure and like and share too.
Yeah, that as well too.
We're reading the comments of the Conference League.
Bottom half of the table really should be a little more respectful.
Phil, we're not reading the comments of the Conference League.
Carrie, the admins have spoken. We're reading the comments from the Conference League, okay? Jesus La Hackshaw. Good glory, Manchester United for life.
Oh, big brother. Good night.
Yeah,
What they're saying, Bruno have credit in the bag to have a one-off game. Yeah. True.
Agreed. Yeah.
But here, yes, chef, because Garnacho and company ain't stepping up when Bruno having an off game. Well said.
Yeah. Simple. Well done. Well said, Judy.
A lot of comments coming in, but I'm gonna bring some positivity to this here, right? Now, football is all about game changers, right? I'm gonna make a kind of controversial comment, and you guys can tell me what you think about it, and then we can also go into the other game changers of the game, right? I think that Lenny Euro has displaced Lisandro Martinez in the starting 11. That's my
That is very controversial. Say Lenny Euro replaced Maguire. Say Lenny Euro replaced Lindelof.
Yeah.
No, this is what I said. Because let me say, if you look at our team today, right? If you look at our team today, Lenny Euro was the only defender who had composure in the back.
So let me explain what I mean.
And he has no composure in a big game.
Let man explain this.
It's a nerve there.
Yeah. Because my starting back three going forward next season, if all fully fit, going to be Lenny Euro left center back, De Ligt center back, and Mazraoui right center back. Yeah. That's my starting three with Maguire coming on, right? Lenny Euro is a different type of player, guys. I'm dead serious. I think Lenny Euro has displaced a fully fit Lenny Euro versus a fully fit Martinez. I think Lenny Euro has displaced Lisandro Martinez. But if you guys disagree with me, tell me why. If you agree with me, fair enough.
I'm going with Nicole here. Here's why, Phil, because I agree that Lenny Euro is a starter. What a fit Lenny Euro had to be the first centre back on the team sheet. But here's the problem, though. Lindelof, shit.
Gone.
Maguire,
bench.
We never know.
I don't know why. What Maguire for? What are
the Dan, I don't know what it is about De Ligt. Dan, to me, he's so shaky, you know. He's so shaky, though. For somebody who playing, the man that just, you know what? He does give me Lindelof vibes at times. Real talk.
No, it's true.
So,
and I agree.
So then that tells me that even with Martinez being out, it didn't have men who step up enough to take his position, you know. So a fit Martin, and we talking, God knows what a fit Martinez is, but a fit Martinez with a preseason underneath him and thing will probably come in front of them other fellas, you know. But Euro day, that's just my opinion.
So who the Euro would displace then?
I say he may not replace De Ligt, but to me he can replace De Ligt.
Because
remember, Nico, I mean, I think we could look at it from a game by game or probably competition point of view, because the Premier League has more.
All that.
So you might need De Ligt in the Premier League. But I think in a European game, I don't mind seeing a back three of Maz, Euro and Martinez, right?
Yeah.
I think Martinez is a leader. You need them kind of personalities.
And he has composure as well.
Yeah,
he don't panic.
he's a natural
and
left
kick out
footer.
the ball, and
Yeah.
you don't feel his
He good on the ball.
nerves.
Yeah,
You don't
good
feel
on
his
the ball.
nerves on the ball like how you just feel it with these other fellas.
You don't see the nerves?
He had
The
a
Maguire,
nastiness
the
in the
Lindelof,
corner, boy.
the you just feel
Yes,
the
which you
nerves
need.
on them fellas.
Which I believe you need in defenders. But I will say this though, and we have to be mindful too, that in this season at least, Martinez started showing a few mistakes and things that we're not normally accustomed to seeing in his game. We saw this season too. So that is something to be concerned about now. Hopefully next season he back better. I hope he is a player I like, but I reach a stage now with you when it comes to United that it have absolutely no kind of feelings now. I about winning and team getting better. So I don't care who he is. We can't total and you're playing 10, 15 games a season. That makes no sense.
Yeah, because Euros are 18-year-old. He taught that defense today
Yeah.
with his composure.
But
Well, all it is.
Oh, them fellas just panicking by Maguire.
Well-
What are they just panicking? And I saying, but and why we even thinking about keeping Maguire and them? All them doing is instilling fear in the team and nerves.
And then you see what Nico said was all it takes we just ask players is to just be a little bit brave, you know. We ain't talking be reckless, but just be a little brave because look, with Euro was seeing a whole tunnel to run. So run. That's all though. But
this is where I want to come with Euro. I think Euro had to be on either side of the tree. I don't think he could be in the center because you're taking away something that he bring into the team in terms of going forward with the ball. And then I don't think he have the aerial prowess as yet and his strength to be that center, that center in the tree. I don't think
That's where Delit comes in. I think Delit is good in the air, right?
Yeah, I don't think he have that in his game as yet. Maybe as he get older, that part of his game will develop more. But as for now, I will either want to see him on the right or the left or the tree, not in the center.
But JP, he played that game in the center. He played that game in the center. He did very well. To me, he was the best player.
no, he was.
That was a Premier League game. That was the Premier League game. It's either Brentford or Bournemouth. He started in the middle of the tree, and he was excellent for an 18-year-old in the Premier League. I find he was. Yeah, I find he was very good.
All right, I think we've
He's
established
definitely a
that.
generational talent.
I think we've established that Leniero is definitely part of the starting three, maybe for next season. Let's talk about another game changer.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll discuss it another time, right? Let's talk about another game changer.
He likes to rotate his back three throughout the game too. If he realizes it's a strange thing to see. But then I see always making changes in defense in that game. So it was high enough. And then remember we saw Eden happen there who show real thing too. So we have some options in the back there and man,
we got Fredrickson as well too. So
Fredrickson too.
Yeah.
Fredrickson could do it alone. A good loan.
All right. We get
alone.
Let me talk about another game changer. I gotta ask you guys this question: does a fully fit Ahmad start at Man United?
Amas or Ahmad?
Ahmad Diallo.
Phil,
Phil, you feel it, man. That T-Haw wheeling it.
My camera
off.
My camera off.
But what kind of? I don't understand that. What kind of
confused. I thought it was Amas.
What is this? Phil, if you want a moment to compose yourself, just ask, you know. But don't come on with
Next player, Phil. Next player.
next player.
All right, next player. All right. We're still on game changers, and
Right.
enter the fray of Mason Mount.
Now you can come off the bench.
You can continue coming off the bench until he proves.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. But we want to talk about game changers in the last 30 minutes. The game changers today for me were Lenny Euro, Mason Mount, and Amad Diallo. Those are the three game changers for us. To some extent, Casemiro and Bruno, but more of those three. Maybe Luke Shaw, but definitely.
So,
yeah.
Casemiro,
so when
Luke Shaw,
we blast Mount plenty, because he deserves it. But I will say this, and remember, I last couple of games when he came on, I came in the pod and said, I like how he looking because though there is a player inside there. I understand that he has not been impressive so far with us due to injuries and all them kind of thing. So for me, he could stay for now until he's a player we have to manage. So let him be an impact sub. But dog, it was me and Lionel telling it was real nice. That turn that man do for that goal is a proper footballing move, you know, that it's not much men on United doing that, you know. That's what that was, you know.
Manu did it against Liverpool.
But that was just a beauty. Watching that turn in slow motion. Horse, you see how we catch our defender?
Yeah,
three of them, dog.
Most people was expecting you 1-2 with Lenny Euro.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Correct.
Here's why I was give him his props for it, because he and that's when you know a player confidence starting to come back, because last couple of games, you know, you could have seen a little eagerness, a little extra aggression, but he needed that goal because he is a goal scorer.
Yes.
So he needed that for himself. So he could come game changer coming off the bench. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
And he is the type of guy that can take the load off of like Amad and Bruno Fernandes in terms of
the scoring.
Simeon, we saw that Mason Mount scored not one but 2 goals. The Mason Mount second goal. Does the Bilbao keeper get the assist for that?
I mean, thank you. I mean, you know, like you said, the confidence that Mason Mount had, like, it didn't take him too long to realize he could just, you know, put the ball in the back of the net. You know, I think the time, you know, sometimes you won't think it, but the strike he had was so clean. It was a clean strike.
As well, too.
With his left foot. With his recovery.
I mean, it wasn't like it was almost got there or, you know, it like clean in center. I mean, that was a confident strike. And like we've been saying, like, you know, Chef just said, like, that's the amount we expected. You know, I had to text message my Chelsea friend. I'm like, is this amount, you know, he finally come true on, you know, finally all of these finally reached to United, because I expected a lot. You know, last season I was on the podcast talking about Mason Mount, embarrassing myself, you know, pod after pod. You know, I just give up. You know, I'm like, well, you know, time to move on. But he couldn't pick a better time to come good, because we have, I mean, the amount of money we spent on players that haven't worked out. What that money, millions of dollars we have in players that, you know, haven't showed anything. It's nice to see our money. How much money making a week?
More
than 200, right?
2 something, yeah.
Yeah, 2 something.
It's nice to see. Yeah, we paying them for us to be. We paying for this. It's not like, you know, we paying for this. This is what we expect from them for us, and it's nice to see some investment come true. So yeah, I mean, I hope he keep that up for next a few more games to finish the season. But it's what we expect to see, and a good time to see a return on the investment.
But if I could jump in here, Phil, credit to Amorim as well, because Amorim could have just thrown him back out and have him playing long minutes and not respecting the type of injury that he was recovering from now. So I think drip how you say drip feeding? Does it
Spoon feeding?
No, not spoon feeding. But giving him minutes and helping him build back up.
Yeah. Slowly.
Yeah, that process. I think we could see, according to how Mount respond to the treatment and the care, we could see an even better player next season.
Yeah.
Is he a player that I would have done in my starting 11 week in, week out? No. But to see what he could come on and give a team, I've taken that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. Let me go through the comments and then let me look to wrap it up with the final, May 21st. But let me go through some comments first. Where did this guy stop? Eric Lewis is saying, agreed. If we win the Europa and go into the Champions League playing the way we are playing now, God help us.
Yep.
Facts.
Jody is saying, mark my words, fellas. Teams will figure out Yamal, and he will not be as effective as this season.
I sure what that. Jody, I sure what that way.
Nah.
But nobody never.
No, Italy is Inter team is a very defensive team. No matter about 3
Yeah.
players and they still can keep that boy quiet, boy.
Yeah.
But how nobody never figure out Messi? And this is not saying the man will be the Messi, but dog, me and I tell you, dog, I really impressed by that youth boy. The man just is the baddest thing I've seen, and this is taken into consideration the Fodens and the Palmer and all them other young players we see in the last 3 years. But this boy just ill boy.
And he's only 17, and he could see
Yeah.
that ceiling even higher.
He have a high IQ though.
Yeah,
boy. Nico, we went from talking about Yamal to Garnacho, boy. What a drop, boy.
Yeah. Again, a season again, all year. A season again.
For what, boy?
No, all I was ready to get rid of Bruno, But anyway.
So I think this comment here, I think this is probably the most important comment of the night. Bruno must show up for the finals. He must.
Yeah.
Like
he will.
The finals can be an off night.
No, forget that comment. You know who must show up for finals? Garnacho. You know why? Because Garnacho is always. We've been saying it for a long time. Garnacho has a knack. We see the ball fine, Garnacho, but Garnacho in the right spots, he make a lot of good runs. The man just can't finish. He dotish, but he always end up in the right spot. And the man just can't. The issue he has is for all the tattoo and all the media thing he do and all the Ronaldo thing, the man can't finish. The man head too big, and you expect so much from him and you get nothing. That's his issue. We expect so much from him and we get nothing. We get a big nothing. Today was a big nothing. It cannot just show up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let me just say this one thing, right? That 3 big chances that Garnacho cost we, right? The FA Cup against Fulham, that was Xerxes game. He fluffed that. Then against Lyon, that 1v1 with the keeper, where he just put head down and shoots. That could have cost we, right? And today, that 1v1 with the keeper. And don't pass the ball to him and they go say we go choppy and in the air.
Yeah. That'll be the worst part.
Give the youth man time all year. All right. I the only man back in Garnacho here. All year, remember that?
On the bench. Game time on the bench. She can't start. He shouldn't even be starting our final. So I don't hear about the other turn up for the final. If you turn up for the final,
I just want to. Ahmad name better be on that starting side for the finals.
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, yeah.
We had to deserve it, eh? You had to deserve it.
I see this comment here from Zebulon saying, Lissandro is a World Cup winner. Pick someone else. Yes, Euro can start alongside the Butcher. They can rotate them.
Yeah, it could have some rotation. It could have some rotation.
I agree with this.
Yeah, no problem with that.
You need Martinez in the Prem because of the intensity of the league. You're not wrong.
But the thing about it too, Phil, is I just get the feeling as though, there was so much dependence on Martinez.
Yep.
So now I think Martinez to get rotated now, even if he fits. So we're gonna have Martinez for a longer period of time because Martinez was playing the game.
Yeah.
He wasn't even getting time to heal up good.
Yeah, so now Martinez could get rest.
Yeah.
I think before Lissandro got injured, he got a goal versus Fulham where he celebrated this stupidness here, and then he got an assist for Ahmad in the Manchester Derby, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was actually on a roll before he got injured, right?
Look how good comment here.
10 to 15 games a season, Chef. Like, that is Martial when he was at United. Boy.
You didn't see nothing. Me studying June.
Eric is saying, I'm leaning towards Phil in that Euro's preferred position is left of the back three, and Martinez seems injury prone. Interesting.
Yep.
I am putting Lissandro Martinez in injury prone category as yet. My injury prone players over the years in United have been Luke Shaw, Phil Jones, Eric Bailly,
Mason Mount.
You think Mason Mount?
Yeah.
So far, yeah.
When we buy him injured, Martial to the top of that list.
Chef. No.
No, what?
Mount get injured right through. You touch Mount get injured about 4 months.
No, and I'm saying no, but when we bought him, he was injured.
No, I'm saying
we bought him injured.
He's an injury player.
Injury prone. He hasn't proved he isn't injury prone as yet.
Yeah, agreed. I no problem with that.
The season before when we bought him from Chelsea, he probably played about 10 games for Chelsea that season, and then we buy him like
because he was injured.
All right, Javed Ramtalhal. Yep, good night to you. He's saying, Glory, Man United, just passing through. Let's go all the way. CL 2026. Rasmus forgot how to play football. Game after game, no improvement. Any changes to the starting 11 for the finals given the impact of the subs today? Lindelof starts. We can talk about that later on, Javi. So stick around. We'll get the panel's opinion on the finals, which I called last week. But anyway, Javed is also saying Amram paced back and forth today than a father expecting twins.
more than a father expecting.
I do feel it for him.
Oh, good.
Kurt, good night to you. He's saying, I'm so glad that Mount finally catching a break. And he's saying, I with you, Nico. Give the man time to catch back his length. You talking Garnacho?
Yeah.
All right, next comment.
Nah, I told you he's talking about Garnacho. Yeah, what? That can't be Garnacho he's talking about. Give him time.
Maybe Monk then. I don't know. I would think it's Garnacho.
I feel it's Martinez.
Now you're talking about Garnacho then.
Good Lord.
Jody clarify who you're talking about before the podcast end. And then Kurt is saying everybody does have a purple patch and a black. Nacho's still young. He would come back. Anyway, next comment. Oh no, Jody.
I telling earlier. Give the man a little time. But I mean,
so Mark, say this: you're willing to go on next season, betting that he might come good?
No.
I'm asking. I know what everybody else in the panel will say. I'm asking Reem. I mean, Neko.
Yeah, I think we should keep him for another season, but we have to get more quality in the team. If we get, let me say, if we get Cunha, right, who played on the left and Ahmad in form in the next 10, and we could have Garnacho coming off the bench, I think he could develop. I think he would develop better like that. Without
Max,
having,
a question.
to me, Garnacho.
You think Garnacho willing to be a bench warmer
He don't have a
or
choice.
impact?
He don't have a choice. What I say is right now, Garnacho is maybe in his mind as well, and even we could see he's actually totally goal scoring form for this team. And if we take that pressure off of him, where we have proper goal scorers in the team, it may help him.
But you say Garnacho in his mind feel he totally goal scoring?
Who else scoring the goals? Who else creating the assists other than Bruno and Garnacho? It has nobody else doing that.
What Garnacho has been creating?
But how you mean? If you look at Garnacho's stats for the last few games, he has been contributing by either a goal or assist.
So just to contribute to what Nico is saying, Garnacho has 21. Garnacho has 21 goals and assists this season, apparently.
For the season.
Yeah, Nico, you're right. You're right. He really come in the
But I think why most people are showing the same facial expression that Chef is showing is that the bad outweighs the good. The poor decisions.
I would not say that.
The poor decisions outweigh the good decisions on Garnacho.
Because what I'm saying is, if it is we get a striker or we get players who taking their chances and taking that pressure off a little Garnacho who thinks he has to tote this team together with Bruno Fernandes, then we may see a better Garnacho. But
right, we can talk about Garnacho later.
21 plus goal assists for a season in a poor United team who has scored the least amount of goals. So I mean, for the in history of maybe the club, give him a little chance.
Simeon and JP, we are in the finals of the Europa League, and a starting 11 must be fielded. We have the chance to win a European trophy. 2 years ago, it was the Carabao Cup. Last year, it was the FA Cup. And now, each trophy has advanced to something bigger. Now it's the chance to win the Europa League. We're in the finals, and I love it. Why does it keep on popping up? I don't know why that keeps on popping up. Always popping up, boy. Anyway, the same, David and I sharing the same question, I guess. Any changes to the starting 11 for the finals, given the impact of subs today? Does Lindelof start Simeon in the finals?
No.
No.
You sure?
No. I'm sure.
No.
As long as injury, as long as someone comes back in from injury, no. Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so
No.
so the starting 11 that was fielded today. We taking out Lindelof, but who you putting in that back three for the finals?
I mean,
tell me.
Mazwari.
Maz.
So who are right back? Who are right wing back?
Dalot?
Ahmad.
Dalot out for the season?
Yes.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, Dalot out for the season.
No, I think Amorim didn't say that, but he said he would see. He said there's a chance he could be back. But I mean,
Theo.
We've been out so long, and just put him in our final.
I didn't know it was so bad. I really didn't.
Nah, Dalot.
So the three players out for the rest of the season are Martinez, Xerxes, and Dalot.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think.
I don't
know.
He
said he said the list for the next 2 games, which is this game and the next game, and he should be back after that.
Okay.
So
that doesn't really mean he could be starting for the finals.
Well, that's the question I'm trying to feel to you guys know. Like back to the starting 11, who is if Euro is starting and Mazraoui is starting, who is the third centre back then? Maguire?
Yeah.
So who's on the right?
Ahmad.
That is the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Ahmad.
I see Melandela question.
Ahmad.
Right.
Ahmad.
Because
So here's my thought process. Ahmad has been brilliant coming off the bench, but Ahmad has also been great starting in our starting 11 when he was not injured, right? So you're saying, boy, if we start Ahmad has to make an impact immediately. Because if we look at the bench and the score is still 0-0 or is 1-1, and you look to the bench, who you're bringing on to make a difference, right? So I'm not for or against Ahmad starting, but if he does start, I can understand. If he is on the bench, I still understand, right? My question, though, is who's starting on the left? Because I am not for Dorgu starting on the left. I'm not. But
It'll probably be Dogu.
Dogu starting on the left. Come on.
Dogu starting on the left.
We're going to start Shaw. We're going to start Amas.
Amas, yes.
We're starting Amas?
That's not going to
But
happen.
Chef Dorgu has not impressed me yet for the season, Chef. He has not.
For the season, Phil?
Sorry, for the time he has signed for us.
Nah, man, I don't find the youth has been that bad, boy.
Nah, see, Dogu is his ability to, his speed. I mean, he has ability, but you see, his decision making is terrible.
Yeah. It's
bad. It was that terrible. It's like
it's
simple
it's
things
too
that.
It's too Damas. It's too Damas we have on the left hand, on the left side.
No, but Dogu look better playing with Amade.
Yeah.
However, he's tired. However, he's another one have plenty work to do. But he look better playing with Ahmad. You know,
we already got Ahmad on the right wing back, right? So
yeah.
No, looks like Wan-Bissaka today.
Is it who?
Nah, not so bad, man.
No, he looks like Wan-Bissaka. I see Dogu jogging back. Them athletic players bursting and Dogu jogging back. Normal, casual. I say, Wan-Bissaka.
I really think he's tired.
I think he's tired.
I'm a criminal.
Yeah.
So you won't start Amas in the final then?
No, Dogu has to play by
against Tottenham.
Let Amas play against West Ham weekend.
Yeah.
And let Dogu get the rest. Guys, we get Dogu rest. Let Cameron start inside.
Yeah, he had to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Do you let me move to midfield. Does Ugarte start in the final?
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
And the reason I asked that question is because Ugarte has been out of form for the last couple of games, right? So, well, except for he's scoring against. Well, he scored against Lyon. Sorry.
Out of form.
I played
out of form.
Not out of form. Not out of form.
Inconsistent.
Not out of form. But I will say, he not fit for purpose when you want to build the ball out of the back. That man is a liability. I play Bruno and Casemiro in our midfield.
He's losing the ball a lot these days.
He is getting pressed off the ball too easy. Watch how fluid now. There's not me praising Bruno as the ultimate, but look at how differently we play when Bruno's playing that deep role. I am playing Bruno and Casemiro in midfield in the final. I go bring on Ugarte late on to slide tackle men.
Well,
so who will be
I don't think Amarin gonna think like that. I honestly don't think Amarin gonna think. Amarin gonna think safety first.
But what safety? What safety, Nico?
What Amarin's first final?
We're still looking like
right?
6s and 7s when Casemiro and Ugarte in the middle.
And he is going for the protection of Ugarte. He knows Ugarte from playing with him in Sporting.
Ugarte not looking.
And he is going with Ugarte in the midfield.
I play Bruno and Casemiro. That is my but whatever I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, my question to that, Rim, knowing Bruno, right? In our final, they really feel we could trust Bruno to keep that kind of discipline that we would need in that final to stay close to Casemiro than we need to. Knowing how Bruno like to get involved.
But one thing we praising Bruno whole season for his discipline.
Yeah. I think we don't worry about that.
So I think Bruno has shown a lot of maturity this season. I think Bruno, look, even today when he had to play deep.
You know how Bruno could get now and feel like he had to do everything. So I don't want it to be that he's supposed to be deep but he wants to go forward because he wants to do everything. So I think he's starting in 10. I think Cameron starting with 10.
And the reason I'm asking you guys these questions is because you still got to pick a bench, you know. A bench must have at least one or two game changers on it.
Garnacho will be on the bench for me.
Yeah.
I too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, so back to my original question then. Who's starting in the 2 10s then?
So
I was actually go ahead, sorry.
So I was thinking, because I know you're talking about Ahmad playing the wing back, but to me, Ahmad has to play in the Premier League, start a game in the Premier League as a wing back, and show that he's up for that before he plays start in the Europa League as a right wing back.
So you're starting this Sunday?
He has to do it at some point.
Are you playing Chelsea? Is Chelsea playing?
If it
West
is
Ham.
we play West Ham and then we play Chelsea. But if it is Ahmad has to start, he has to start a game in the Premier League and show that, let me say, fitness-wise and sharpness-wise, defensively to get back and defend and then provide their support in the attack. I think he has to do that in the league first. I think if he does that in the league, then he's not going to start in the final.
So
unless it's he played it as
something Nico mentioned earlier with regards, because I tracking back a little bit to the defense, right? Something Nico mentioned earlier where Ahmad plays well. No, sorry, Dorgu plays well with Ahmad. Are you guys against Ahmad playing in the 10, Dorgu playing as a right wing back, and Shaw playing as a left wing back?
I am against that, yeah.
Sure, yeah, that can happen. I'm already not just sure to start no final as no wing back.
Okay.
And I don't want 2 left footers on the right hand side. I don't want not from the start. I don't want that because you're not getting anybody to go outside and whip that ball across.
But now that all the fine Shaw looking fit. Look at Shaw looking.
Shaw not looking fit at all.
No.
I don't trust Shaw. I do not trust Shaw. I trust Shaw coming on like how we did today.
Yeah.
You know, for 15-20 around there. Yeah, waste time. Right when we up. Yeah. Otherwise, no, because he's gonna pass the ball back and all kind of thing. He making no sense.
I think we talk about our team and how our team looking and what a lot of things we say making sense, but like I think we're forgetting the team we play in and what they did to us when we play them. I mean, kind of how they carved us apart, how they moved the ball from side to side. I mean, they stretched our team all over last time we played them. So we have to make sure. I don't know we can't go in with the same kind of mentality. We have to do something different because I don't think we have the healthy enough team or the athletes to chase them. And we have to consider because that's why Amos can't play that game. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. Ahmad playing, right wing back because Tottenham's a team that their whole thing is when they attack, they really stretch the team from side to side. So we need to take not just it's final, but how they play. Because
you starting Ahmad or are you benching Ahmad?
I think Ahmad is a real weapon of the bench.
I agree too, but I am not against him starting either. So,
but I realize if we don't start Ahmad as the right wing back in that game, that means Mazraoui playing there, and then that means Lindelof starting.
Yeah.
If that is what we gotta go through, I mean we gotta start Ahmad. If that is the sacrifice,
that's why we come on the podcast now have a discussion about this here because I don't want Lindelof starting in the final.
Finalists to risk it, risk it with Ahmad.
And the thing is, Ahmad is, I mean, defensively wise, he's not just his defensive look, but possession he brings when you get the ball, when you try to find outlet and you get to Ahmad, that man could save you like 20, half a minute just by keeping the ball. So that's one safer outlet.
Let me ask another question. If we start Ahmad, you think there's a possibility that we can kill off the game early and take 2 goals early lead?
Yeah, but there's not only
I can answer that. I can answer that question.
It's not only about killing off the game earlier, but it's also having a certain level of psychological advantage, because when you have Ahmad on the field, you will have the Tottenham players and even Postecoglou thinking differently, as to how he has to set up. Because you put 1v1, Ahmad eating your food, right?
For sure.
So he have to now commit more bodies to make sure that Ahmad do have that kind of time and space. So we looking at it where Ahmad had to do defensive work, but consider that Ahmad, while he will have to do defensive work, we wouldn't always be on the back foot when Ahmad there, because he's a threat.
Yeah. Kareem, you watch how Tottenham play. They play up the field. They're going to pressure us.
Yeah.
So
but that out ball, and we will catch them sleeping too. You see, what we need is decisive players and quality in that area, because they will give us the space. So once Ahmad get that space and Ahmad sort of get them pepper inside it,
I think it's so easy. It's Manchester United we talking about.
But look at how much out balls we give Garnacho, and Garnacho do nothing with it. So I am saying they put a better player in those positions, and we'll have a better chance of scoring and putting the team under pressure.
I think we need to see that in our league game.
Nick, you talking about? Do we never see Ahmad play, man?
No, I'm not talking about that. I personally think right now he would be more of a weapon coming off the bench.
I don't think so.
In our finals, boy?
Yeah, just like today.
Today I wasn't. Today I was cool.
What you saw from Højlund and Garnacho on top there to fill you with confidence.
I wasn't even starting Rasmus in the finals.
No, because if you don't start Ahmad, you have to start Garnacho, because those are the players giving you.
Let me go to Chef's comment. So you done a false 9?
Yeah.
All right, talk to me then. Who in the midfield and who in the 10?
We know I'm doing that. He ain't doing that.
I know, but the man asks.
But so who up top then?
Either if we going for the jugular, is either I playing either Ahmad or Mount in the first line. Serious though.
What about Kobe Manu?
Nah, don't Kobe that.
Nah, no Kobe. That's my personal pick as for the first line. And so then Rasmus scored today. And he looked like he didn't. A little bit again, that ball might have.
Chef, I'm not going to lie though. That ball from Ahmad was too perfect for Rasmus to
miss. For him to miss. He was too underneath the goal.
Yeah.
He was too underneath the goal to miss.
I'm even celebrating that. I'm really celebrating all the other goals except that one, because Pussy and Rasmus is shit. Even celebrate that goal.
I watched an interview from Rasmus. And it looked like I'm going to tell you he gone. But he could be wrong. You watch the interview from him?
After the game today?
Yeah. We are looking very disinterested.
You fine? When he said that, so
I could be wrong.
You ain't gonna tell a player that no. That's not conversation to have. You can't tell a man no, the season is done yet. You go tell him, hey, you're gone.
I was looking at him and something body language.
Rasmus knows.
Your body language is right.
You can tell them change my mind. You can say change my mind. So
before we come to the 2 number 10s and the striker, let me go through some comments here before we get to that there, right? All right, listen, if Garnacho is staying, Amren needs to be brave and transition him to a left wing back. Garnacho hugs the touchline and can play inside 10 to me.
But Garnacho don't play no kind of defense. You want to put him to left wing back? He's a liability. He's a liability. No! What kind of madness is that, Eric?
Kurt is saying, I agree that Nico decision making has been piss. Sorry, not Nico, Nacho, my bad. I agree that Nacho decision making has been piss poor, but you wouldn't give up in him or on him. However, if we get a 50 mil or so for him, it's pure profit.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Kurt is saying, Phil, you should have read out my comment in full. You would
we didn't need to.
You would see you said some young players mature faster than others. Take for example, similar age to Nacho, but his intelligence is superior to Nacho and even Sancho. You're not wrong.
I'm about 2 years more experience.
And that's
would have played, let me say, for Rangers,
tougher divisions,
for Sunderland entire season,
championship.
So yeah, somebody say this here. Leon Baptiste is saying Dorgu need to be on the bench.
Yeah. Easier said.
You see, we saying bench him, right? But what is the alternative?
Yeah.
We don't have the options right now.
That is the thing. What is the? Let me be real. What is the alternative? What is the guy name? Leon. If you mention him, who you gonna play in that left wing back position?
And don't put a master.
Please don't tell me. No, I don't tell me. Sure.
We'll see.
So Kurt is saying, come next season, Dorgu would have to fight for that position with Leon.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's what we want. We want competition.
One competition.
Jody has given us his starting 11.
All right, let me.
Euro, Maguire, Amas. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Amas in the left center back? Nah, wait. Please tell me.
Hey, next comment.
Nah, Jody. Amas.
Somebody had Jody for now.
I can give you the benefit of the doubt, Jody, that you're missing one player and then you mean to put Amas at left.
Maybe put Mazouari in the back. Yeah, Mazouari there.
Yeah, but if we look past the Amas part, Casemiro, Ugarte.
Amas and Dogu. That be Dogu play on the right.
Probably on the right, yeah.
On the right.
Ugarte, Mazouari, Bruno, Garnacho, Rasmus.
Hoyland Garrel. Yeah, you remember Willy Wonka them golden ticket?
Yeah, you
get through, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Dan, I was shocked he stayed on that field for so long today.
No, it's a nobody. Amorim just have to play.
I feel
just play him. Amorim know, hey, if I had somebody else, I'd try somebody else.
But the ball fit too.
I got a question for you guys. I got another question for you guys, right? I know we've played Spurs a couple of times in various competitions, Prem and I think Carabao Cup.
2 times.
Yeah, but we haven't beaten Spurs since 2022. Is he? And we know this team is shit and inconsistent. But the question I have for you guys is the mentality of the Europa League Manchester ready to take on Spurs?
Before anybody answer.
Yeah, I don't mean the Premier League Manchester United. I mean the Europa League. Yeah.
I want us remember something too. Spurs beat us, but Dan, every single time we play Spurs, we are very wasteful in front of goal. Ridiculously so. Ridiculous. Because Spurs does give you opportunities to score. Garnacho himself was one of the most wasteful people. Let's bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Cassie securing his 25% increase for next season. $500K a week. Oh boy. He will.
What?
No. That's not true.
Nah,
remember we didn't qualify. We didn't qualify for Champions League, so
Alexis Sanchez wages.
That I got cut. So whoever, so I just return to what the normal salary was. I don't
Yeah.
think that's correct.
He will
Oh,
he will not allow us to lose to Spurs.
Phil, we 1 hour 40. Let's spin it out there. Let's spin it out there.
yeah.
Yeah, but we still got 11 people. We still got 11 people watching.
No, them are not better go in.
Nah, when the entertainment flowing and the conversation flowing, people
Phil enjoying himself, Phil.
I enjoy it. Tonight is vibes.
Is that holiday tomorrow by you?
I have no agenda. I got a microphone, the PSG hat, and a coffee. No agenda.
Oh,
tonight.
the coffee, are you going?
No agenda tonight.
Coffee, are you
Mr. Man, in about a minute, I am going to get a peek. The office door is going to open, and I will then get the look. Try and organize yourself, please.
We can spend 5 minutes wrapping it. I'll go through these comments quickly then.
Fair enough.
Jody, Amren has to leave a few super sub on the bench just in case. Yep, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
And I could be wrong with who I'm thinking as a super sub in terms of Ahmad, but I could be wrong. Ahmad should be
Chido to
start and
start
somebody
in
else come up.
the final.
What?
Chido to start in the final.
Javid, Chido. Javid, you fall off the motorbike today. All this football you watching, and we had to tell you Chido not even on this side.
Next comment, Phil.
Yeah, next comment.
Next.
3-0.
Javid again. Next. Maybe we revoke Javid comment rights tonight.
He's saying Cheeto for next season would be problems. The youth movement around the 6 yards is problem.
Next. Could bypass all the topic to talk about, man. Oh God, stick to the topic now. Stick to the topic. The man Phil give all the thing to comment on. He going to talk about Cheeto next season. Oh God, we know you want to see them young man and them, but oh God, loud the thing now. Yeah, Phil, go ahead.
All right, well,
hey, you're supposed to. Hey, Olia, let me hear what Kuta is saying now. Let me hear to the.
What you next? Yeah, the next. You know what? Reem does remind me of Blaze on the morning show. Reem is in Wicked Man. When everybody else wants to give a man the Kenny or the pan, Reem wants to hear. All right, let me hear.
Freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, right?
Yeah. Let me
ask one final question with regards to the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Certain players you will not start until the final.
Now we have one.
Another play.
Keep that sharpness playing.
But I mean,
you feel me a luxury, man?
So what I mean is
I limit Casemiro time.
What I mean is that they won't start. But let's say they come on for a little 10-minute, 15-minute cameo.
Casemiro.
Till the finals. Casemiro. Maz.
Maguire.
Onana.
This week.
Razmatas.
If it's Sunday, I'll give man sweat. But Friday, I think it's Friday we play in Chelsea before the finals. So Friday is when we play Chelsea.
I just rehearsal. I proper just rehearsal in that game.
So you see that Friday game, I think I gain man rest for that game.
Rest of that game, but I find we can play. Because if it's a Friday, I find we can play. A strong team.
Friday for Wednesday, I find that too close to risk.
I find that close one.
Especially if you're loading for us carrying two Nico now.
Remember, you have 5 changes to make.
But still, Nico.
I just like men sharp when you're not going into games anymore.
Yeah, I do. I just know we options so limited right now.
Yeah, it's a man who you could think could play a half, or 60 minutes and take them off. But I guess whatever.
I think the next nasty one. No, I church. Yeah, don't Jody. What's Jody comment on here?
Just remember What UNC?
When UNC wins, everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Arsenal.
So Phil, to give Phil some context, that was the tagline for the party that just won elections. The tagline is when UNC wins, everybody wins. So Trini, who like Bacchanal now, saying everybody wins except Arsenal. So that's just the context.
Fair enough. I get it. And something that we must bring up this weekend as well. Arsenal have to give a guard of honor to Liverpool. Anyway, tonight was a good night. 1 hour and 46 minutes. 11
Thanks to Phil.
11 people still watching, but all good things must come to an end. We are in the finals for a third season in a row. And we discussed tonight, it was myself, Chef, Simeon, JP, Nico, and Phil number 2. We definitely had a good night tonight. But yeah, Manchester United versus Spurs, Europa League final, May 21st. Hope you guys have a great night. Boom.